Okay, so finding perimeter on a coordinate plane. So we talk about the distance around the object being the perimeter, and how do we find distance between 2 points? It looks nasty, but it's a very easy formula. You take your two x's and you subtract them. Then you square that number. You do the same thing with your y's. You subtract them and then square that number. You then add those two numbers, and then you square root that number. Not as bad as it looks. So let's put these points on. 0, 5. 7, 5. 3, 9. And 10, 9. So there's our shape right there. Okay? That didn't work out very well. So there's our shape. Now, two of these distances we can just do by looking at them. Okay? From here to here, from L to O, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here from B to E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could do the distance formula between B and E and between L and O, but we really don't have to because we can just count. But between E and O, this diagonal, and L and E, we need to use the formula because they're on diagonals. So we're going to do L to B and O to E. So we start off by writing a big old square root. And I like to just do like a note to remind myself which 2 points I'm doing. And I like to do this myself. A skeleton, and then fill in the numbers. And if it helps, you can put your X and Y to remind yourself. And so L, X, is 0, and B is 3. Those are my X's. So I'm going this direction. And then 5 minus 9. So I did 0 minus 3 and 5 minus 9. Negative numbers won't matter because you're squaring them. So, again, 0 minus 3 is negative 3 squared plus negative 4 squared. That's 9 plus 16, which is 25, which equals 5. So from L to B is 5. Now you may assume that EO is also going to be 5, because it looks like a parallelogram, but we can't just assume that. So let's do the same thing. Whoopsie. And put in O and E. So I'm going to go O to E. 7 minus 10 and 5 minus 9. I'm going to get negatives again, but it doesn't matter. Negative 3 squared plus negative 4 squared. At this point, you can tell that we have the exact same thing. I don't need you to show the work. You're going to get the same thing. 5. So that's 7 plus 7 plus 5 plus 5. That's 14 plus 10. So the perimeter is 24 units. Example 2. 5, negative 1. 10, negative 1. 5, negative 6. And 10, negative 6. So, we do distance formula here, you can just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is also 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Perimeter equals 5 times 4, 20 units. Negative 8, 5. Negative 3, 5. And negative 4, negative 3. So we have R, S, H. Okay. Now, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, we have to do the distance formula twice, from R to H and S to H. So I'm going to say this one's RH. Again, I like to fill this out ahead of time. So I'm going to go RH. I'm going this way. So I'm going to do negative 8 minus negative 4. This is why I like to put the negative in first, so I don't accidentally write negative 8 minus 4. It's negative 8 minus a negative 4. And then, my y's, 5 minus a negative 3. You don't have to do this the second step, but I just want to show you that's negative 8 plus 4 squared. 5 plus 3 squared. So this is negative 4 squared plus 8 squared. That's 16 plus 64. That's the square root of 80. Which means that's going to be just under 9, because 81 would give us 9. So RH is the square root of 80. But square root of 80 can be simplified, can't it? This breaks down to 16 and 5. So 4 root 5. So RH is 4 root 5. But if we're finding perimeter, we can also just type in square root of 80, because we're going to need that. So the square root of 80, never hurts to practice reducing though, is, like I said, really close, 8.9. Now we're going to do SH. So SH, negative 3 minus negative 4, and 5 minus negative 3. So, again, I'm just going to change it here. That ends up being plus. Negative 3 plus 4, so that's 1 squared, plus 5 plus 3 is 8, so that's 64. Well, sorry, 8 squared was 64. So that's the square root of 65. And the square root of 65 is 8.06, 8.1. Which makes sense, because 64 is 8. So it should be just a little bit bigger, 8.1. So the perimeter is 8.9, 8.1, and 5. Well, there you have 10, 16, 17, 23. So the perimeter is 23 units. Okay, one last one. Negative 6, negative 1. Negative 8, negative 7. Positive 3, negative 4. And 1, negative 10. Now for this bad boy, that horrible line. In this case, we have S, wow, that didn't look what happened. S, T, A, R. Okay? So since all of them are not horizontal or vertical, since they're all slanted, we need to do the distance formula 4 times. Okay? So at the same time, I'm just going to do it and then finish it. Okay, so if you did the distance formula 4 times, I think you don't need more practice on it. It would be 6.3 times 2 plus 2 times 9.5. So that works out to be, hold on, 6.3 plus, 6.3 twice plus 9.5 twice, which is 19, 31.6 units. That's it.